Alrighty, so let's be called to order. 5:30. Good evening, folks. This is the regular meeting of the Blight Review Board, Wednesday, November 8th at 5:30 p.m. I believe and I hope I did circulate draft minutes of the meeting of October 11, 2023. If I succeeded in that, could I have a motion to approve, please? Thank you, Mr. Burke. Mr. Lamote seconds. Any comments, questions, concerns? All right, then in favor, please indicate by raising your hand, and I'll consider that unanimous. Thank you. Okay. All right. On to the business of the day, and I think we go directly to Mr. Ferentz.
All right. So we'll start with 16-001.
Okay.
I have been in touch with the bank on this, and I sent letters. I sent a copy of the letter that I sent to the homeowner to the bank, requesting them to show up at the hearing next month.
Good. Okay.
Took me a while to get to the bank, but I finally got connected.
Okay.
So
All right.
things haven't really changed here, other than the leaves have fallen off the weeds. Still got trees growing out of the side of the house, and the gutters are pretty well clogged.
These photos, I should inquire, are from today or yesterday?
They are from Monday.
Monday? Great.
Yes.
All that we will
Monday
see?
afternoon.
Okay, all that we will see?
Everything, yes.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Okay, so we will wait for December on that, huh?
Yes. Now, the bank inquired about boarded up windows, which I can only assume are in the rear of the building, but I can't see the rear of the building from the public way.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to hear back. I've sent them another letter, and I'm waiting to hear back and see if they have any comments on that.
Okay.
But
Have you gone around Mystic, I guess the first question is Mystic Lane a private road or a public road?
It's a public road.
Okay, so have you tried going down Mystic to see what you can see?
I went down there and I couldn't, well, you know what, I didn't go down there this week. I've gone down and couldn't see anything because of all the leaves.
Foliage,
But
yeah.
perhaps when the leaves are all fallen, I'll be able to see something.
Maybe before the December meeting, okay.
Yes, I
Good.
will make a point of it.
Okay. And as to boarded up windows, are they suggesting they might do that, or?
No, they were suggesting that there were boarded up windows, and the bank wanted to know if they were still boarded up,
Oh,
or if they were fixed. And I mean,
right,
I can't see them.
yeah, okay.
And the only thing I could see, I went through the file and I looked at pictures that Mr. Solito, or somebody had taken, and I can see why they should have been boarded up, because they were pretty much wide open, especially underneath the, down here underneath the window, it was missing. It was all rotted away.
Oh,
So I wouldn't be surprised if they're boarded up. I'll see what I can find out for next
Yeah.
month from the back.
And I think we determined last time that boarded up windows could be a condition of blight.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes.
Okay, next.
17-011
Mm-hmm,
is, hasn't changed.
mm-hmm,
The only thing that changed is that I actually met the gentleman. He came out of the house, so he does in fact live in there.
wow. Mm.
But he's interested in getting his roof fixed, but COVID hampered that, and now he wants me to see if I can contact the company that was going to help him.
Mm.
So,
Wants you to do it?
I'm sorry.
What?
He wants you to do it?
He wants me to call them.
Well,
And is he elderly or?
Yeah, he's
Yes, okay.
young elderly, yeah.
by most standards? Okay.
I found out what was under the tarp because he removed it. It's just a pile of wood chips, which It's pretty much now dirt, I think.
Uh-huh. Did he acknowledge at all that he's subject to fines of $100?
Yes, he says that just find me. I haven't got any money.
Yeah.
He says, can you live on $1,000 a week? I said, no, I probably couldn't.
Around
Well,
here, right.
he said, that's what I get. I
So
said, okay.
you filed a second lien, he's now up to 34,000.
Yeah.
Uh,
We filed a second lien of
Right.
34,000.
Yeah, in April,
In
yes.
April.
And there's another lien for 39,600.
Yeah.
Yes,
Had already
that would
been
be the
filed.
first one.
So,
I think we're on an annual rotation, right? So we'll review that in the spring.
Okay.
All right, next up.
17-019. Nothing has really changed here, except the leaves are falling.
Yeah.
And we might have a few more items in the driveway, which I still don't understand.
Yeah.
I went by and tried to talk to the homeowner once. She wasn't home. When I was taking the pictures, one of the sons was there, and I gave him my card and said, please have your mother call me. And I haven't heard from her, so.
Is this, it might be helpful, I know that last time we, for a number of these properties, had said, let's issue letters to invite them to the December meeting because it wasn't gonna be
Yeah.
timely the next day to get them to this one, so, and I did not bring my spreadsheet from last time, so
Would be
if
in
we
the
could
minutes.
indicate whether or not they're
I
on
don't
the-
think, what is this one?
So
17?
if you look at the sheet that you have in front of you, I actually put them in green underneath some of the older ones. Like,
Oh, the certified, okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
okay, so there are 4 of them total, and you'll see that they're in green. Although
Green?
In this
Green?
light, it's a little difficult to tell
I
what's
see what
green.
you're.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's yellow on mine.
Well,
looking
but
at
then
yellow.
it's a
No, the
green
print is
fine.
green.
Yeah.
Oh, the
print
print
is green.
is green.
Oh, is it?
gotcha.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna say,
You
I
say
must,
so.
it's time for
Sorry.
me to leave.
Right. Okay, according to the minutes of our last meeting, we did invite the owner to our December meeting.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Okay.
This has been, we gave them 2 dumpsters, it was getting better, it was on a watch list for a while, we stopped the fines as of July 12th on it.
Right.
Now you're saying it's getting worse again,
It's never been perfect.
I
in
don't
my
think
view.
it's, I don't know if I'd call it worse. There's a bit more, there are more items in the driveway that probably shouldn't be there. And because the leaves have all fallen, now it looks bad in that regard.
well, so does my house.
Well, yeah, so does mine. That's why I'm trying to be quiet about that.
But
There is-
what does the front of the house look like? I mean, is it?
Still got moss growing over the.
It still has moss on the roof.
On the roof. and,
Here's the front. I think,
I can't see the moss.
yeah, the moss is,
Yeah.
it's actually covered up by the leaves. It's
Yeah.
around here. And I can't, oh, yes, I can.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, very good.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, okay.
So, all right, well, let's see what happens in December.
All right. I mean, the reason I asked for her to call is I was gonna try to explain to her once again, you know, you have to pick some of this stuff up and put it away.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm looking at this picture, I see what I think are 3 snow shovels on the front porch.
right.
Now, are we anticipating snow? I'm not sure. I think she just doesn't understand that people don't want to see this.
But she's got a son living there, right?
Yeah.
She's got 2 there, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I thought. There was two
But I
sons.
think,
But that doesn't necessarily simplify the issues.
right. So she's notified to
Okay,
come in for December.
good.
18002, no changes here. This building is still, I mean, the property's being maintained, but the building is well, it was in poor shape, and it remains in poor shape, as you can see.
It's vacant, right?
It is vacant. I mean, we've got moss growing on the roof there, if you can see that. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
But are we communicating with the owner on this? I mean, we've been leaning, we've got liens against the property and
We do.
2 liens against the property.
Yes.
What kind of communication is there with the owner about all this?
This was one that was sold.
Yeah, this was one that was sold.
Right.
It changed hands, yep, from the bank.
Didn't pay the lien, right?
But I
And
guess
there is a
sold
for
it for
sale
cash?
sign in front of it now.
Oh,
Because the
really?
bank would have to withhold.
As
the
far
money.
as I know, it is not active, though. It had an accepted offer according to the MLS again, but I can double check that.
Yeah, I don't believe that for sale sign was there last month, but it was there on Monday when I went.
Interesting. Let me check that.
Okay.
So,
All right,
we got
yeah.
the window coming up, the window
I
trim
am-
coming off the,
I'm quite sure it's not active on the MLS, but
Okay.
all right.
What's the procedure there in terms of collecting the liens? If someone comes and says, I'll give you, $75,000 or $100,000 for the property, it gives them cash for the property, then the liens are still against the property, and we have to go after the new owners.
Yes, typically the new owner wants the seller to get rid of the lien,
Yeah, right.
because otherwise the new owner.
But the new owner doesn't necessarily know about it if he gets paid
presumably the
cash.
attorney, there would be a title search, and so the attorney should find out what's going on with the town.
Right.
The
Okay.
bank sold this property in the summer, I believe, and they sold it to an LLC who was the party that's now trying to sell it again. But the liens never got
Cleared.
which.
Hey,
That's what I'm getting at.
The town attorney seems to feel that the next seller, which is the current owner, is responsible for the liens.
Yeah, gotta be.
But the bank made known the fact that there was liens against the property on the first,
I don't know that happened. It should have, of course. I don't know.
But it's up to the buyer to
Right.
find those things.
Yeah.
right.
Well, the buyer should have done a title search and
Yeah,
it would
I'm
have
sure
shown
they
up.
did.
Right.
Unless they paid cash out of their pocket, they got a loan and they had to certify it and all that stuff, but anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been down that road several times, so we're just gonna have to wait, see
We
what's
have.
next.
All right, 18004 is our friend here.
Oh, yes.
And nothing's changed. It's growing nice grass now over on the right side of the property.
Okay, good.
And the left side of the house still has the containers and the trailer and the backhoe and a construction trailer and some other vehicles.
Yeah, all still obvious despite the
And now he has 2 boats.
Yeah.
Is this our,
Oldest.
Yeah,
Our oldest, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
let me look at the house again.
certainly. The front view?
Yeah, he was flooded out, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he
one of his
was.
stories. That's Old King South.
So is there any action we should take at this stage?
Well, there is a pending request, and now with the change of administration, we should renew the request to the Board of Selectmen. And I would defer to Mr. Burke when that ought to happen.
Well, the request is there. So I don't think you need to renew it.
Okay.
So it's a question of when the board that I'm a part of decides to take it up and discuss it. And our chair is correct now with, the leadership having, changed there. There may be a desire to address that, piece of business, which wasn't to say that there wasn't a desire before, it was just that there were other things going on. And then when it got close to an election cycle, I don't think it made
And to
sense
be
go
clear, for the record, the request to the Board of Selectmen is to consider whether or not to commence foreclosure proceedings on this property.
Right.
Okay, next.
$18,005. No changes here.
Yeah.
I have not heard from the relatives, although I do want you to know that I was away for 2 weeks. So I haven't had time to try and contact them this week. So I don't know if they've made any progress in getting probate attorneys and.
Yeah, they could have left a message.
Well, they could have, yes.
So what about filing a new or an updated
Well,
lien
he
on
died,
this?
right? The guy died.
Yes.
Yes, he died.
So his wife is out of state also.
Right?
My
Exactly.
understanding is she lives in Westchester County.
So we filed another lien, a second lien on April 24th, 23, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's not, yeah, he's got some more time.
Right, okay.
And did we invite them for,
No,
No.
that was not one of our,
I guess we were waiting to see what probate issues and whatnot.
I think so.
And I think we also felt like we had a full load
Yeah.
in December
That may be.
Yes.
meeting.
Yeah, well, there was one specifically in that category where we wanted to consider this month whether or not to call for January. Maybe, let me check
Yes,
the
that's
minutes of
true.
the meeting. Let's see if I caught that.
I didn't bring that up.
Hang on, I got the minutes. Which, okay, so this is which one?
1805.
Board will not stop funds in essence. Yeah, no, we did not, this was not that one, so,
No.
anyway.
No, it was not. I have it written down, but I don't have
Okay.
it with me.
So we'll pass it, I guess, unless there's anything else the board wants to do, till December, and we can see if we've learned anything new.
I will
But-
get it, I will get in touch with them.
Yeah, or if you would, just drop in the probate court. And ask
Oh,
them.
I'm sorry, no, I'm thinking of a different one. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
See if anybody's filed for any
Okay,
proceedings.
I will do that.
Or- Yeah, give them a call, whatever. Okay, 21001.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
All right. This is another one of our standards. And nothing has changed.
Well, you sent a letter and it was returned to you that the person wasn't living there?
No, they did not pick up the letter. So what I did was I talked to the town attorney, and he was going to, and I think he did in the last couple of days, send a letter from his office to this woman, and we'll see if we can get a response out of her that way. She apparently doesn't like to respond to letters from the town, so perhaps from an attorney.
And I'm sorry, is she living there?
No, she doesn't live here.
Right,
Yeah.
no one's living there.
She lives in, yeah, I can't remember
Near
where.
East Windsor.
East Windsor, that's it.
Alrighty,
So, nothing's changed here. That's the left side of the house, looking into the backyard.
that's another one that requires probate effort, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. So when you're there on the previous file, you might ask about this one.
Actually, I've already done that, and there is no probate filing in Darien, and that office suggested that it might have been filed in another town,
Really?
and, which is another reason I involved the town attorney.
Yeah. Wherever the owner resided at the time, and if not here, wherever. Okay, we shall see.
All right, 23001
Yep.
is this house here. They're building a nice house to the right of it, but
Yeah.
nothing seems to have changed here, or at least not much.
And they're on the invite list.
They are on the invite list.
Okay,
right.
good.
And full disclosure, I goofed when I sent the letter to the attorney. In the body of the letter, I had a different address because I was copying and pasting.
Yeah, sure.
And thankfully, Ally saw it.
Summer rounds.
Okay, and she alerted me, and I sent a letter back to because this goes through the marshal. I sent a letter, an email to the town attorney and said, don't send it. I made a mistake, I'll send you a corrected copy in the morning, which I did. And then I went away for 2 weeks, and when I came back, I found out he sent the wrong letter. So, we still have 30 days. I sent out another letter to him to have the marshal deliver again, and that was delivered today.
Good.
So
Okay.
they have 30 days,
Good,
all right?
good. No harm, no foul. Good. Okay, that was
you
the
know,
one.
This is the side of the house. I mean, it just doesn't get any better.
No.
And this is the garage.
Edgerton.
And if you look, this building is starting to fall apart.
Yeah.
All right, so they were invited, right?
They were.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens in December.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I'll go to the other side.
Yeah.
This is 23-003. And I got I sent an email to the owner. I said, what's going on? This was on Monday, and she got right back to me. She said, the permit applications have been submitted, and she was informed that she either needs to include a notarized 7B, whatever that is, or the contractor's HIC license, which I guess is home improvement.
Right.
So they're in the process of getting those to submit with the application for permits. So she is moving along.
Okay.
You say there's some sort of a problem with language barrier, is it language barriers?
No, not really. I mean, she seems to have a pretty good handle on the English language.
It's some language barrier, I was just wondering what that meant.
Did I say that in the minutes?
Yeah. I'll cross
Okay.
it off. All right, so it's not a problem there.
On 03, some language barrier, yeah. Must have been a comment I picked up, but anyway, okay,
All right. Anyway, like I said, nothing's changed there.
yeah, all right.
23,
Give her some breathing room.
23004. This is the house which had a fire in it about a year ago.
Right.
And they were invited to next month's meeting, and they have requested to be discharged from that
Okay.
because they
That was
have finalized their insurance claim. They have a signed contract with a remediation repair company, which I have a copy of. Permits will be sought in the coming days. This is what they sent me on Monday. Work will commence as soon as practical, and they would appreciate the December hearing being marked off.
Sounds reasonable.
Right?
They have moved along, they had a 90-day clock, and they
Yes.
got this done, apparently, so. I would agree, I think you could, unless the board disagrees, that we can inform them that that's off.
Okay.
Yes, okay, very good. So now we only have 3 for next month.
Good, good.
Uh, 23005, nothing's changed here. This is the garage. You can see it's covered in vines. The house still has a boarded up window here in the front. The leader's fallen, or the leader's fallen apart. We've got a porta-john, a pile of rocks, and on the back side of the house, the screen door or storm door has been like this for about 5 months. I mean, I question whether anybody's even coming to check on this house.
There's a hole in the roof too?
There it is,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's moss all over the roof. And if you look at this is the garage, the other side of the garage, the roof is absolutely covered in moss. And now it's covered in leaves, but there's moss under the whole thing.
So no one appeared at the meeting on September.
well, but we can't hold that against them,
No,
so.
but they are invited to come next
Right.
month.
Okay.
Good. We'll see what happens.
Yes. All right. 23006. This individual still is running his business out of his house, and he's got, he hasn't cleaned up the slate that's on the side of the house. And the reason that this is a problem is because the people next door look right down at that, and they invited me up on their deck to look at it, and I can see why they're concerned about it. And then they also look under his stairway, which is where he stores garbage cans and wheelbarrows. As if you'll recall, zoning gave him permission to have that container there temporarily while he sanded the floors in the house, and that I believe stops on November 11th, so he's going to have to do something. We still have a generator, which is not, as far as I can tell, isn't hooked up. It's just hanging out there. I don't know what his intentions are. I haven't spoken to him. I've asked him to call me, and he hasn't. And the only thing I will say, up on the back porch deck, that was a disaster, and he's got that pretty much cleaned up. So he is making improvements in that regard. Under the porch, in front of the garage, he still has a bunch of stuff stored there.
So this is the one we said we'd consider at this meeting whether to call him for the January meeting.
Yes, that's right.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay.
So Mr. Burke moved, and Ms. Oki seconded a motion
Second.
to hold a hearing on the determination of blight and to invite the homeowner in on December 13. Those in favor?
January.
January, I'm sorry. So what's the date in January? Let's see, January 10. January 10. Okay, and that was unanimous. All right, thank you. And, okay, so you know to be specific about the nature of the blight, and that's really debris and, what was I looking at the other thing? Construction debris, is that what we call that slate stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just I just want to look at that definition again here real quickly. Persistent and excessive amounts of garbage, trash, construction debris on the property, inoperable mechanical equipment part. There we go, we got the mechanical equipment.
Question,
Yeah, sir.
you say he's operating a business out of this? Is there
Well-
a residential?
That's not our issue.
No, I understand that he does painting, and that's why he's got numerous ladders all over the place, and he's cleaned some of them up. I can see why this is difficult for him, because he's got a street in front of his house, and this is the rear of his house where there's another street. So he really doesn't have any place to hide anything in his yard. So everything is visible to everybody.
So you say you cleaned up the back of his house, but you remove everything up front?
No. But, you know, my idea of cleaning it up is apparently not his idea, or your ideas.
You know, I'm looking at that lattice work on the picture, and if he could just use that sort of thing to screen the rest of it, I think we'd be
Yeah,
happy.
and I wanted to tell him that, but he hasn't spoken with me. But
Okay, so we'll see, we'll invite him
we'll
for
see what we can
January.
do. And I think the generator is not a motor vehicle, but it does have a motor in it, so I
Yeah,
wonder
it's
if, you know.
mechanical equipment.
Yeah, okay,
All righty,
all right.
what's next?
23
10?
010.
Mm-hmm.
And this is,
Oh, the sidewalk.
we had a complaint about the grass being 2 feet high along the sidewalk. Somebody cut the grass. I have a suspicion it was the town, but, you know, it's not a foot high anymore, because it's been cut, and now it's starting to die back because of the weather. So I don't think that this is a blight issue. There were 2 containers of some type in the back parking area on this business, and they've been removed.
Oh, this is a commercial property.
Yeah,
I forgot that.
yes.
Okay.
This,
Yeah, I don't-
But that grass is on town property.
well, it is. I mean, just like your grass in front of your house is on town property.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're responsible for cutting it, but
And the sidewalk.
that building is vacant, so there's nobody doing anything.
Yeah.
But you said somebody cut it.
Somebody cut it, so I think,
It may have been the town.
yeah.
But the only condition of blight that I see is the length of the grass, and that's pretty much
Yeah.
eliminated now because of the time of the year,
Right.
and it's dying back.
Yeah, you've
So-
got other things to do. I suggest we remove it from the list.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, Mr. Lamont moved, Mr. Burke seconded, and that was unanimous. Thank you. Okay.
Okay. And 23011, excuse me. This is a house which has been vacant for 2 or 3 years, and we got a complaint from the neighborhood that it's not secured, the windows are open, and the windows really aren't open. The glass is open, but the screen is down. And
Nothing
Same
new,
thing
huh?
on, well, that's the same side. And then we've got, the gutters are a little clogged, the chimney is deteriorating. The side of the house,
Somehow they cut those bushes.
yeah, somebody did. I mean, here's another example of the windows being,
The windows are.
according to the neighbors, unsecured, but again, the screen is down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we think it's, at this point, if we feel it's blight, we should invite the owner, right?
Well-
Or take it off the list.
Yeah,
Well,
Fisher, okay.
hang on just for a second for me.
Oh, the garage.
Well, that's not, those windows aren't broken, that's plastic on the inside that's
Oh.
completely deteriorated. But the windows are
Oh.
intact, as far as I can tell. We got a door on the side of the house which
You
is
can see
not,
that.
is
from
not
the-
secured.
You can see that from the road?
Yes,
I assume that's
Because
where
there's a
you
road
are.
on two sides.
I see, okay.
And way in the back, we have this tree which fell down at some point, which somebody cut up, but they didn't finish getting rid of the rest of the tree or a lot of the wood.
Mhm.
And we've got a pile of brush in another section of the backyard, which is fenced in, but it is an eyesore. And that's
Cool.
it. So the story with this is I contacted the homeowner's daughter. And she replied to me that there was a reverse mortgage on this building when her father was still alive. He used up whatever money was available to him. And she doesn't really have any control over the house. She said they've changed the locks. She doesn't know who's cutting the grass anymore. And she doesn't have control over it. So I found out who I guess it's a mortgage company, is that owns the reverse mortgage, and I sent them a letter and asked them the disposition. And they sent me a letter back saying that they no longer owned the mortgage. They had sold it to a company in Colorado. And I just got that information this week, so I have sent them a letter asking them what's going on.
Yeah. Would you go back to the house itself? The picture?
Oh, sure.
This is, okay, yeah. By the way, fallen trees can constitute a condition of blight. And all the rest of it, okay. Yeah, it's overgrown.
Yeah.
So clearly, I think we could argue there are two conditions of blight. Shall we, a notice for January? Mr. Burke is moving, and Ms. Oki is seconded, and Mr. Lamont and I are in favor, so that's unanimous. Please, Mr. Ferentz.
So, just so that I'm clear, who am
Yep.
I notifying?
Uh,
The mortgage
Regis-
company?
No, the title
The owner.
owner.
The title owner.
I'm not.
Someone has to own it.
She claims she doesn't own it anymore.
Well, somebody though does.
Yeah.
And the town would have a record of
All
it.
right.
So whoever
That's
the
fine.
record owner is,
Yeah.
Okay.
will notice.
And if, I don't know if the town clerk would help you check the record to see who the latest is.
Oh, she loves it when I come down. I'm
Oh,
sure
good,
she'd help me.
okay. I don't really want to have to engage counsel to do that, so.
No.
I can go do it, but, good. That's good, okay. So for January.
Okay.
January.
So unfortunately, that's it.
Yeah, that's a darn shame.
That's,
But good, that's what we like. All right, let me just, was there anything? Oh, how are you doing on those leads? I saw that there was a little back and forth, and I know you were away for a while, but to amend the elite liens,
They haven't done it yet. They wanted to speak to me today, and I told them I would be in my office all day.
uh-huh,
They sent an email at 1 o'clock, are you going to be there at 1:30? But I didn't see it until about 2,
okay,
because I was
Yeah.
busy on the computer, and it didn't pop up.
sure, okay.
So I sent him a letter saying, I'm still here, call me whenever you're available, and I have not heard from him.
There was no message of a call at 1:30?
No.
Okay. All right, well, our mission is just to stay on top of that and get that done as soon as you can with
Yes.
council.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, anybody want to suggest any other business? I didn't think so. Oh, Ms. Oki just moved to adjourn, and Mr. Lamont seconded, and it was unanimous, so we are adjourned at 6:08. Thank you very much.